I just wanted to say that staying out in this cabin in extreme cold is still very dangerous. It doesn't take a lot to go wrong. Well, we got a storm that just blew in. Wind just picked up out of nowhere. So I just took down this dead standing birch. You can see it's starting to rot in the middle. Been waiting for a nice calm day to take this down. It's got a big arch on the top, and I wasn't too sure how it was going to fall. But I built this very simple tool last night. It's called a stump cradle, and hopefully it'll help me buck up this tree a little bit better. This idea came to me a couple days ago. So you cut down your tree, you pound this spike into it, it creates a little cradle, and now your stump becomes your bucking stand. Very simple, compact. I've been melting snow to get some drinking water. And once it's melted, I run it through this coffee filter and some paper towel to get all the debris out. Usually it's full of bark and pine needles, which is fine, but the water doesn't taste very good at all. So I'm going to look into getting some type of filter, make it taste better. I had to fix up my storage tent today. It was all caved in from the snow. So I put in these cross beams to open it up. Gave it a good cleaning. At the back there is my old stove. One day I still might hook it up in here, turn this place into a smoker as well. I'm just frying up some bacon. I'm going to add a couple of cans of beans, do some baked beans in my clay oven. You can unscrew this handle and turn this into a Dutch oven. And this here is a special tool I made for picking up this pot. So there's my supper. I got some bacon in there, 2 cans of beans, a package of onion soup mix, and some biscuits.
A mix of sun and clouds, high -22. Monday night, clear, low -32. Tuesday, sunny, high -27. Tuesday night, clear,
Well, we got a storm that just blew in. Wind just picked up out of nowhere. Temperatures are supposed to drop tonight. Well, I have to admit, I started getting some cabin fever. I had to go outside for a little while. And that's why I like having that clay oven. It gives me a reason to go outside. The sun goes down about 4:30, comes back up about 9 o'clock. And that's a lot of darkness. And you're cooped up in this cabin the whole time.
Low minus 32. Tuesday, sunny. High minus 27. Tuesday night, clear. Low minus 28. Wednesday, sunny. High minus 22. Wednesday night, clear. Low minus 28. Thursday, a mix of sun and clouds.
Good morning. It is minus 20 outside with a wind chill of minus 30. I snuck out early this morning, went out on a little rabbit hunt, managed to get 2. So now I can take 1 home with me. I always bring out Ziploc bags just in case something like that happens. Well, skinning 2 rabbits out in minus 30 wind chill is no fun at all, but there's just not enough room in here to do it. I got 1 rabbit in the pot, 1 in a freezer bag with all the kidneys, heart, and liver. I can either leave that here in my cooler for next time or take it home. I'm not too sure yet. And I got to try out my new homemade skinning knife. It worked really well. I wasn't too sure about it at first, but that's really all that I use is that tip. As long as that's sharp, works good. So I'm almost at that point where I can walk away from this stew and let it simmer. I don't want to burn it. I put way too much effort into it so far. But I also need to go cut up some more firewood. So this contraption I call a stump cradle. I'm going to take it home, modify it a little bit. I'm going to make that spike a little bit longer so it bites into the wood better. And this U shape, I'm going to make it into a V shape. Real nice having some birch to burn. It's the only true hardwood in Alberta. None of this will have to be split and go right in the wood stove. And if you're wondering about this burlap sack, it just holds everything together. So my rabbit stew cooked in mushroom soup is almost ready. I know I talked about making that a long time ago. This rabbit meat I'm going to keep out here in my cooler. I'm going to put it in there just before I leave. And we're supposed to dip down into the minus 30s and 40s again next week, so I don't have to worry about it thawing anytime soon. Look at that nice thick gravy. I like to add some of that too. Man, the smell is so good. Oh, yeah, just falling off the bone. Just in case you're wondering, I do keep the hides. I will make something out of these. I just wanted to say that staying out in this cabin in extreme cold is still very dangerous. It doesn't take a lot to go wrong. Last night, usually before bed, I load this wood stove full, turn down the damper so it burns low and slow for maybe 4 hours, something like that. Last night I laid down and didn't load the stove and I fell asleep. 2 hours later I woke up just freezing. And I'm lucky that I did wake up. I got up, filled the wood stove, opened up the damper so it would start burning. And I fell asleep again by accident with the damper wide open. So the next time I woke up, it was like 8,000 degrees in here. I went to go turn off my radio and the thing was hot. Like everything in here was hot. So it's pretty dangerous, especially when you fall asleep doing something.